So, ladies and gentlemen, can you name the member of the Broad Street Bullies that rarely took a penalty? You have to really think about it, don't you? Well, you should know who it is. He's that very genial player and head coach, Terry Crisp. Now, Terry Crisp played with 4 NHL teams before going on to prestigious head coaching career. He played in Boston, St. Louis, and the New York Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, he's 10 seasons in the NHL, led to another 11 seasons as an NHL coach, and he also put in a number of seasons in the major junior leagues as well. Now, he was a member of 2 Stanley Cup championship squads with the Flyers in the 1970s, and of course, he later coached the Calgary Flames to a title in 1989 in a revenge victory over Montreal after losing the 86 Cup final to the Habs. Now, Chris got his major start playing, of all things, Junior B hockey with the St. Mary's Lincolns of the Western Junior B Hockey League. Now, in 1961, he eventually edged out Phil Esposito of the Sarnia Legionnaires for the league scoring title. Now, he began his career in the Boston Bruins organization, playing 1 season for them before being chosen by the Blues in the 1967 NHL expansion draft. With the Blues, he went to the finals 3 straight years. In 1972, he was again chosen in the expansion draft, this time by the New York Islanders. Now, late in the 1973 season, he was traded to the Flyers for Jean Potvin. It is believed the trade was made because the Islanders, who would have had the first overall pick in the upcoming draft, intended to draft Dennis Potvin and believed having his older brother in the team would entice him to sign with the Islanders instead of going to the rival WHA. Now, Chris played on the notorious, Broad Street Bullies teams of the 70s, and he won 2 Stanley Cups in 1974 and 1975. But not to really freak you out, and I don't want to freak you out, okay? Between 73 and 77, okay, when he played, 3 full seasons he played, or part of 3 full seasons. He had 28, 20, and 28 penalty minutes for the Broad Street Bullies, ladies and gentlemen. So in a 71-game season, in 1974, he took 14 minor penalties, where Dave Schultz, that's just an afternoon, or Kinderchuk, or whatever. So he can't be considered a dirty player. He was an effective defensive player on a team that needed defense on the 3rd or 4th line. Now, Chris eventually retired 2 games into the 1977 season at the age of 33 to become the Flyers AC under Fred Shero. Now, in the 80s, he coached in the junior ranks and led the 85 Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds to an undefeated season at home, which we may never see again, going 33-0. The club finished in first in the OHL with 51 wins, 11 losses, and 1 tie. The club set a Canadian, junior record by winning 33 games in a row at home. Sault Ste. Marie also took the OHL playoff title, losing just 2 games, but ironically both at home. The Greyhounds represented the OHL the Memorial Cup, where they lost to Prince Albert of the WHL en route to the title. Now, thanks to his tremendous coaching success in junior, he was named head coach of the Calgary Flames in '88, following 2 years as head coach of the team's AHL affiliate in Moncton, where he became a New Brunswick legend amongst his many fans. Now, despite a strong record at Stanley Cup Championship in '89 over the Habs, Crisp and some of the team's players always seemed to be at odds with one another. After the Flames followed up their Stanley Cup victory with a first-round exit in 1990, Crisp was summarily fired. He then coached the Tampa Bay Lightning from the reception in '92 until '97. So it's not for me to judge if Crisp didn't get along with the players. All I saw him, it was a coach dedicated to hockey. You have to have a strong mind in hockey, where you're put in, almost 2 decades in minor and major pro, win a few Stanley Cups, play in several Stanley Cup finals, and still, be consistent with your game. So final NHL totals: 201 points in 536 regular season games, including 67 goals, 110 playoff games, 15 goals, 28 assists for 43 points. And again, a better playoff performer some years, and I'll give you an example why. When he crossed over to the Flyers in 1973, He scored 3 goals and 5 points in 11 playoff games, which included a semifinal series against Montreal. And that year he drove some of the Montreal offensive players nuts. I remember Yvon Cormier called him like the mosquito of the Flyers. Like I said, very, very good defensive player, and wasn't scared to go into the corners. He wasn't the Selesky of the incident or Bob Kelly. But like I said, he wasn't scared, like I said. Now, with the Flames, again, best season was that 89 campaign, 54-17-9. Tampa Bay got him to contention. Best season was 96, 38-32-12. Head coaching positions with Sault Ste. Marie. Consecutive seasons, ladies and gentlemen, of 22, 47, 40, 48, 38, 38, and 54 wins. Again, Moncton Golden Flames, 86, 34, and 12, and 87, that great campaign, 43, 31, 0, and 6. So, ladies and gentlemen, a life in hockey that Terry Crisp put together, extremely dedicated. When you go from the late 1950s all the way to almost the 2000s at the highest level in major junior, AHL, NHL, some cases CPHL, of course, when he was playing with the Bruins affiliate. But I always wonder, ladies and gentlemen, why a player on that team that didn't fit in the Broad Street Bullies' aggressive play, extremely successful in staying away from the penalty box. I never had a chance to interview Terry Crisp, but I like to ask him, what was your secret? How could you still play your game with such an aggressive team and not take penalties? But I never saw him take a stupid penalty, ladies and gentlemen, which says a lot. Like I said, it's like a fight breaking out of the bar. The guy stays in the bar, he gets a drink, the unfinished drinks of Pepsi and whiskey and rye. So Terry Crisp seems like the type of guy who would stand by and watch the fight. And, he's got a great sense of humor, even though some people say he can't get along with him. I've seen him nothing but cerebral in the way he deals with hockey in the big thing. And he should be a color commentator for broadcasting, but something must be going on because he kind of fits the bill. But how come Terry Crisp was not a color commentator for CBC or Sportsnet or whatever? It's a head scratcher. Anyway, maybe somebody would track down Terry Crisp and said, "You ever been offered a better like a contract to do more broadcasting?" Because he's done it on occasion, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, that's the legend of Terry Crisp. Thanks for listening. Bye.